Alright, no time to explain, gang. Welcome back. King Zephyr back with another video for you guys. Happy Friday. Sorry for my absence the past couple days / week. I've been dealing with work, sick, family stuff, and it's just been a chaotic couple of weeks for me. Since with WrestleMania and a bunch of other things, work and all that other fun stuff, and then sets and blah, 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 blah. All this random life stuff that is affecting everybody and all of you guys. So yes, I've been a little bit behind, but better late than never. And besides, today's not a bad day to do this, considering the fact that today it actually technically comes out, but we're going to be opening the last quarter century secret rare set from Yu-Gi-Oh! Alliance Insight. This is the current set that just came out today everywhere. This was available Wednesday at your OTS stores and available over the past weekend at the stores that did premiere events. I did participate in a premiere event, and this is the booster box for it. I'm just, like I said, because I've been busy and tired, I just didn't record this. I kind of just been sitting on this. Don't fret. There is a Blister vs. Boosters coming very soon. I did get my package from my lovely people over at Hobbyville. So, of course, if you want to save some money on some TCG product, check that stuff out. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But we're going to crack this box open and see what we get out of it. This is the final QCR set in Yu-Gi-Oh! At least, well, I might as well. It's best to say it's the final QCR set because the next set of anniversaries will be like 30 years and whatever, and they'll probably like figure something else out. But, of course, Starlight Rares are coming back. So the next set, which I believe is a Battle of Legends set that comes out sometime early next month, will be the return of Starlight Rares with actually better pull rates. So Starlight Rares are the same as QCRs, they just don't have the 25th anniversary stamp. So they'll be coming back better than ever. But if you're trying to get your hands on some QCRs, this is the final set to try to do it. And unfortunately, I haven't pulled a QCR in a while. In terms of like a legit QCR. We pulled collector's rares out of the collector rare sets. We haven't pulled any QCRs. I think the last time I pulled a QCR was in the Infinite Forbidden Blisters Challenge I did, where I opened up a bunch of blister packs to see if I could get anything good out of like, what was it, 40 blister packs, whatever it was. So that was Infinite Forbidden. But in terms of opening a booster box, I haven't pulled a QCR, I believe, since Phantom Nightmare, I think, and that was a whole year ago. It's been a whole year since I've actually pulled a QCR out of a booster box because I didn't pull one from Legacy Destruction. I did pull some from Infinite Forbidden because I have a couple QCRs in Infinite Forbidden. So Infinite Forbidden would have been the last set that I got a QCR out of because after that would have been Collector's Rares. So yeah, so that was the last actual core set. I'm glad my memory's coming back like 3 minutes into the video, but I digress. We're gonna forget all that stuff. Hopefully this box has a QCR in it, so that way, one, I don't have to like feel bad about not getting a QCR on the final set, but also not trying to talk mad crap to Dexplow because Dex still hasn't pulled a legit QCR yet. I'm just going to be getting his butt about that very, very soon. But above and beyond it, let's get this thing opening. So we have, of course, our Alliance Insight, and I actually have my knife today. I haven't forgotten about that, of course. And then, of course, fun fact, like I said, be on the lookout for the next video. I'll be getting my hands on some Walmart boxes relatively soon. I think those just started stocking. I was gonna order it online. I'm like, I might see if I can go to the store and pick one up, or pick a couple of those up. But I did order my blister packs from Hobbyville. Like I said, the affiliate link for that is down below if you want to help the channel out, especially if you're also in the market of getting some TCG products on the low for now. Fortunately, tariffs have not affected them, at least not yet. They announced that they were going to have tariff issues, but it was only towards Pokemon for real, because Pokemon was like really the killer out of that. They didn't say anything about Yu-Gi-Oh, so I'm still kind of nervous on that one because we still don't know how that whole situation is going to go down, and with things being on again, off again so frequently, we just don't know. So hopefully it stays that way, but you know, they are a Canadian company, but it's good to save on the sales tax, but also they're selling these booster boxes for like $65 a piece right now. So trying to save some money on booster boxes. Check them out. There's the link in the description. Use that code NT2E for 5% off your very first purchase. Helps us out, helps you guys out, and then they do free shipping on anything $175 and up. So that'll be on the way. That should be here sometime next week. So let's see what we get out of here. Alliance Insight. Let's see, we got Crimson Firewing Pegasus, which is a retrain, followed by the Wicked Serpent Knight Dragon, which is also another retrain. Legendary Lord Knight Samurai Kizan, so Kizan gets a Synchro Summon, finally. Followed by Meteoralatic Melt Brew, don't even know what the heck the card does. And our first ultra rare is Cyberdark Worm, which is Cyberdark support. followed by Cyber Yunmeyer, Mitsurugi Tempest, Regulus, the Fairy Beast, followed by Bomber Place, which I have the card is random. So, very first pack we pulled our first of 4 ultra rares. Like I said, hopefully we're seeing if we're going to see a QCR in the set in some form or fashion, whether it's this booster box or the next one. Hopefully it's this one as well as the next one. It'll be nice to see it in both. Evil Hero Vicious Claw, which is new Evil Hero. Regenesis Dragon. I'm going to put this to the side because I'm also going to see if I can get how many Regenesis cards I can get. That's a new, I believe that's exclusive to TCG. It's a new TCG archetype for now, so I think it's exclusive to us for right now. Don't know if it's in the OCG yet or not. I have to double check that one. But a bunch of duplicates. Followed by our second ultra rare, number 69, Horatic Crest Dark Matter Demolition. Card's a mouthful, so our two ultras right out the gate. I guess I shuffled those poorly, but you know we still have secret rares and a bunch of other things going on. And then Dippity, so not too bad. There's one particular ultra rare I'm looking for specifically, and that is the White Forest Field Spell. I think most of the White Forest cards are supers, for the exception of the one secret. Regenesis Warriors, we did get another Regenesis card. We'll put that over here. SI Kick, Meteoritic Meltdown, Sinful Spoils, Sanctification, followed by our third ultra. Okay. Uranus the Cursed Thunder God. Okay, well, there's 3 ultras so far, which is kind of hilarious. I'm like, I accidentally, you know, usually when I shuffle my packs, all the hits tend to end up being in the bottom. This would be wild if this was another ultra rare. I would die. Like, hey, we put all 4 ultra rares in the first 4 packs. It's actually kind of funny. Mitsurugi no Nokio, Mitsurugi Sanctuary, Eternal Sunshine, NT8000 Cyrus, followed by Ancient Fairy Dragon, Life Dragon, so the Ancient Fairy Dragon support, or Retrain. Followed by this Brain Controller, which is like a monster card version of Brain Control. Spore of the Fairy Seed, Code Ignister, and that is it for that pack. So our first super rare. We still have 2 secret rares left to pull, as well as 1 more ultra rare. Hopefully 1 QCR. We'll see what we get. We see if we not. Horatic Beast, Sail Whale. Followed by, pretty much pull 1 of these in every single pack so far. Eternal Sunrise. Fia Diabel, card I need for my White Forest cards, and then Argostar's Giant Slayer is our next super out of here. Argostar support, really don't know what they really do yet. I haven't really looked too much into that. Regenesis Birth, which is a Regenesis Trap card, I'm going to keep that over here. I say, because I think most of the big Regenesis stuff is secrets. Yeah, because Regenesis is a secret, and Regenesis Archfiend is a secret. So I think a lot of them are secrets and up, so we'll see how that kind of thing goes. Steam Sabersaurus, Tensei Ryuji Ava, which helps that strategy out tremendously. Curse of the Diabel, another card I needed for that. And then Fia Regis, Dragon. I think this is for the Dragon Tail strategy, I think it is. Don't remember, don't really fully know. Kikakaru at Ignister, hilarious name. When you think card names can't get any more absurd, they do that. So the Linkuriboh Retrain, since Linkuriboh is banned, hopefully it comes off the ban list at some point in time. Curse of the Diabel, Meteoritic Meltthrough, Steam Sabersaurus, Crimson Firewing, followed by Abduction. Interesting card, just a little aliens just taking something. Regenesis Birth, we're gonna put that over here. Code Ignister, Bomber Place, and Regulus, the Fairy Beast. Alright, we still have 2 secrets left to get, and we still have another Ultra. Hopefully the Ultra is the White Forest Spell. I'm praying it's that one. Fish and Bids, NT8000, Steam Sabersaurus, Curse of the Diabel, followed by, our last Ultra is Nebulous Dragon Ruler of the Mishap. So this is the Dark Dragon Ruler card. Currybond, Wolfhorse Blessings, Dragon's Mind, which is a common. This card's print is a little crappy. If some of the ink came off of that one, but we've gotten all 4 of our Ultras. Out of all of them, I'd probably say the Nebulous is probably the best one of the 4 because it actually, it's the dark Dragon Ruler. But I think you only play 1 of that. have to double check, but I know you play 3 of the other ones. I think of the light and the dark ones that are new in this set, I think you only play 1 of each. But I could be wrong. Genesis Dragon, I'm going to put that over here. Steam Sabersaurus. Tenchu Ryokuvavi. Just butcher that name. Harmnir the Divine Follower, followed by Malice in the Mirror. I forgot this card was a super, but this is something you need for the Malice stuff, which is great. Mitsurugi Mirror, Giant Coricorn, Ryuji In, followed by another Dippity. We are about halfway through. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're almost halfway through. I'm over counting the hollows to see how far down the pipeline we are. So we're getting there. Serpent Knight. Razio Mass Driver is a new Razio Trap. I don't even know if anyone uses that or not. Chaotic Element. This card wasn't too bad, but I don't see the use for it. And then Mitsurugi Magneto, which is a Mitsurugi quick play spell. Let's Go Together. And whatever these 2 things are. Alright, cool. So, we're cooling down, I guess. Like I said, my shuffling was kind of bad. So I shuffled all the ultras to the top half. And so far we haven't seen a secret yet, so I might have put the secrets at the bottom. So, good news for me, we get to see what our decent pulls out of that one are. Mitsurugi Font, Mass Driver, Evil Hill Claw, followed by AI Connect. And then Right Reanimator. So for the white archetype, so the Skull Servant. And then Bomber Place. Still seeing a lot more duplicates of a lot of things. I'm not seeing much more of the Common Genesis. I don't even remember how many. There should be quite a few Common Genesis cards, but I'll look more into that later as I do more opening and wait for that stuff. Another right card, nice. Mitsurugi's Sacred Boundary. There's a 3rd Regenesis Dragon, and then there's Poplar of the White Forest. One of the White Forest cards I did need. What was this thing do? I think this is, what is this? Illusion Synchro Tuner effect. It's a 4-star monster, but allows you to tag out. You do something, and then quick effect. Immediately after this card resolves, synchro summon a monster using it. Yep. So it's something you definitely need in the White Forest strategy, White Forest Azumina. But yeah, it's just a little tricky because of the fact that it's a 4-star synchro monster. I think, if memory serves me correctly, you summon this with Diabelle's of the White Witch, the Diabelle Synchro Monster, the one that when you activate an effect, you get to special summon a Synchro Tuner by pitching a card. Here There Be Dragons, so I'm assuming this must be Dragon Ruler. Yep, this is Dragon Ruler support, so that's a common card for that. Eternal Sunshine, that's Sunrise. There's our 2nd Genesis Warrior. Followed by Tengi, and then Flash of the Heraldry. Don't know what that card's good for. As a pool, let's go tonight, and I said tonight, together. My dyslexia is in full effect. Once again, I'm tired. It is technically late for me, so I'm a little tired, a little sleep deprived. So let's see how we go. Another Fia Diabelle, good. SI Sidekick, Chaotic Elements. Mosa Right, followed by our first secret rare, Gordian Slicer. Not a super great one. What does this thing even do? This card's activation effects cannot be negated. At the start of the main phase, 1 or 2, target any number of face-up cards on the field. For each targeted card, banish 1 card from your hand or 6 cards from your extra deck face down, then return those target cards to the hand. That's not too bad. Not great, but not too bad. That's really good if you have stuff in your extra deck that you can just waste. In that sense, and then it allows you to bounce some things back, which is the benefit to that. You bounce a lot of stuff back. So if you build a pretty big board, you can bounce stuff back, but that only really applies if you can banish stuff from your extra deck. But with most of the meta stuff, the extra deck is kind of tight. So I think it's a better rogue card than anything else. Not so much a card that can use so much in the meta. Dragolithia Konzo. This card has a very beautiful art, but I really don't know what this 0/0 and it's a level 8. And looks like I'm just gonna guess it's dragon support. I'm just gonna take a shot in dark and guess. How about number 69? Brain Controller and Code Ignister. Are some of the other cards, they're not common, they have to be supers. So I think a lot of the stuff I'm looking for are either supers or ultras. I can't remember. When I see them, I'll see them, but I haven't really been seeing a whole lot of interesting hits. There's still one more super rare White Forest card I'm looking for, which is the Diabell's Tiki Piece. Star Raziel is my second secret. A card I definitely may or may not use. I know the OCG plays this at 1. I'm pretty sure since all the other ones got limited down, you might need more of these, but I will take it. So that's our decent hit out of it. This card isn't super valuable yet. I think it's only like $15 still right now. Of course, the major hit is the Malice. Yeah, the new Malice monster. That's the card of the set. That card is like $70 right now. So interesting. Let's see, Wicked. So we pull both the secrets, so maybe we can get a QCR, but we still have a couple supers we're hoping to pull out of here. Mitsurugi no Moro Ashirara. Not that one. We can kind of move this one a little bit quicker because we're not seeing a whole lot of stuff. We still potentially have a QCR we can pull, so hopefully we see a QCR. That would be really nice to round this box out. If not, hopefully we can see the other like 1 or 2 supers out of here that I would like to see. But if not, we have a couple more boxes of the new Argostar monster. Like I said, we have another booster box, the Walmart boxes and blisters coming. So there's going to be more of these packs opening before I start going, all right, now I got to start shopping. So we'll see. Hopefully things kind of slightly go my way and I pull some things, because it feels better to pull certain things than have to just buy them or trade for them in some situations. Firewall Saber Dragon, so new actual Firewall Synchro Monster. And Dragon's Mind, followed by Wolf Blessings. We are on the last 4 or 5 packs? I think it's 5. Yeah, it's like, you take a better pride in pulling certain cards, and then, instead of just getting them, even though they're still just cards, like, it's not that serious, but, like, I would love to be able to pull them, because if I pull them, it's like, yeah, I got it, and I can just go ahead and sleeve and do all that other stuff. Replica Card Lad. No idea what the heck this thing is. A Cyberus monster, so I'm going to guess it's probably something for Cyber Support and Labyrinth. And a bunch of nonsense. So, yeah, man. Other than the Star Raziel, this box is pretty mid. It's pretty mid. But it still has an opportunity to flip things over. This also could be an error, which would be hilarious. There's a third Regenesis Warrior, so we got 3 of each, I would think. And then another Relil Card Lad, followed by Curry Bond, Mitsurugi Mirror, the new Ritual spell, and Ryuji End, which is a continuous spell. Final 3 packs. Final 3 packs. So we're either getting 3 supers, or we're getting a QCR and 2 supers. Hopefully, a QCR shows itself. If not, bummer. But if it does, another Malice in the Mirror, so not a bad card. Not bad. Not what we want. Come on, Diabell would be nice, because Diabell is a super. Or is that an ultra? One of them is, the Dark Diabell is a secret. The other one, the white one, I believe is a super. Yeah, the white one should be a super, because that card was like stupid cheap, so hopefully we see it in the last 2 packs. So there we go. NT8000, Fia Diabell, followed by Azamina. I forgot about Azamina. I don't know how I forgot about Azamina. So, yep, the actual Azamina. So you either fuse this with Queen Azamina or 1 fusion, +1 fusion or Synchro Monster, or you sacrifice Saint Azamina to summon this. I'm going to read this real quick, because there's something I want to know about this card. I was thinking about this. Must be either fusion summoned or special summoned from your extra deck by attributing 1 Saint Azamina you control and 1 face-up monster you control. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. So it says must first be fusion summoned or special summoned by attributing 1. So you can't cheat this out with Saint Azamina. So I'm like, that was my thought. I'm like, wait, if I could, Saint Azamina's effect when you summon it to the board allows you to special summon I believe was it a Azamina fusion monster or whatever it is out of your deck, out of your extra deck. So I'm like, why sacrifice when I can just cheat that out? You can't cheat it out. You have to do it that way. But I mean, if you get Saint Azamina on the board, then you can get that out relatively quickly. All right, last pack magic. Anything good out of here? Come Come on, give me something. Fia Diabell, followed by World of Spirits. On this card, yeah, pretty art, but nothing crazy or fantastic out of here. Regenesis Bomber plays and a lot of that other stuff. So, yeah, well, we did get a playset of some Regenesis, of the Regenesis commons. I have to do some double checking and see what rarities of Regenesis cards come in. But, all in all, nothing too crazy out of the pools. I'd probably say, you know, out of the Ultras, the Nebulous is definitely the best one. And then, of course, of the Secrets, the Star Razio is another one. So those will probably be the two best pulls out of here. Otherwise, all in all, nothing too crazy. And then out of the Supers, we did get the Azumina, a Malice in the Mirror, which I mean, cards I expected to pull because they're Supers and you get them popular, but we didn't get the other Diabell Star. We did get 2 Malice in the Mirrors. So, we got a couple cards we were looking for. Nothing too crazy, but no QCR and no major hits out of the Secret, so I guess they'll be saving themselves for the future boxes. So, anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. If you did like this type of content and you want to see more content like this, make sure you give us a like, a comment, and a subscribe. We are slowly still reaching our goal of 800 subscribers. I believe we're 31 away as of before filming this video. It could have changed. I don't always pay attention to YouTube as it populates, but we're on a goal for 800 subscribers so far. I still haven't heard from the other 2 giveaway winners, so if I don't hear from you by Saturday, I'll pick 2 other winners. I still have to ship out the other one to the one that I heard from, so I haven't forgotten about you, but just haven't shipped it out yet. But please reach out to me if you did win the giveaway for the Blue Eye Structure decks. If not, I'll pick 2 new winners, and hopefully I'll hear back from those guys as well. But like I said, if you want to see more content like this, give us a like, comment, and subscribe. Be on the lookout for the Walmart box opening as well as the Booster vs. Boosters sometime next week. In the meantime, this is King Zeph. No Time to Explain. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.